Hi, I'm Ben Sheeran. In this short video, I'm going to tell you about level 2 of the Fluency course. So the Fluency course level 2 is pretty similar to level 1. The content is different. Obviously, level 1 focuses on the everyday life of the students, and it aims to get them comfortable talking about their life, reading about similar kind of situations, and so on. Level 2, we wanted to level up a little bit, and level 2 focuses on Japan. So we basically look at different areas or different regions of Japan, and we read about them in English. Starting in Hokkaido with the first book, working our way down East Japan, and then in the second book we go into West Japan and end up down in Okinawa at the end. So each unit focuses on one region. It might focus on culture, on history, on food, on things that are there in the region. And it's pretty interesting, I think. It's more interesting than level 1, because level 1 is kind of made up stories about children that the students don't know. And level 2 is kind of real stories about areas of Japan. And most of them they'll be familiar with. The idea here is that by writing texts about familiar contexts, it's much easier to read. And therefore, even if the English is a bit more difficult, the students still have a good chance of understanding and kind of following along. Kind of secondary aim is that when the students end up going abroad or maybe meeting foreign tourists in Japan, they'll often be talking about Japan. So the people have questions about Japan, and hopefully having been through this material, students will find it a bit easier to talk about their own country, about their own region, and so on. The goals of level 2 are, again, pretty similar to level 1. A lesson is going to look fairly similar with level 1 and level 2. We didn't change too much in there. So the goals of level 2, we've got speaking goals, where we want the students to get even better at talking spontaneously. So we spend about 20 minutes per class working on speaking in the same way. And also reading. So we continue doing timed reading. The texts get longer. So in level 2, the first level of text is 100 words, and then the second level is 120, and then the third level, the final level, is 140 words of length. And new for level 2 is a focus on writing. So we're going to start doing short kind of essay writing in English on topics. And so each month we'll have one topic that we focus on, and the students will write 2 or 3 times about that topic. And so those are the 3 main focuses of level 2, which is the speaking, the reading for comprehension, and the writing. So writing simple English short essays there. Who's it for? Well, obviously it's for students that have finished level 1 of the course. So we designed level 2 to be the next step. It's a bit harder, but it's very similar. It uses the same skill set. So students that have been through level 1 will be comfortable doing timed reading, for example. So when they hit the harder texts in level 2, it won't be too much of a shock. They'll be comfortable speaking, so moving on to level 2 is exactly the same. And the writing's new, but generally speaking, it's going to be a new kind of challenge for them. Now, for students who haven't done level 1 of the Fluency course, maybe they're second graders, and you're thinking, well, do we start with textbook 2A or do we start with level 1? I might look at your students and maybe try both. Try the sample units from both. And possibly go with, for example, textbook 1B and then 2A as well. So you can match those over the course of a year. For the workbook, if you don't choose to buy the paper copy, you can print your own from the PDFs online. And that would again allow you to match up textbook 1B with textbook 2A and so on. And basically the kind of results we see is that students get even more confident speaking. They get more comfortable with these kind of longer, more difficult reading texts. And by the end of the year, they're able to create simple English essays such as you might find in Aiken 3 or Aiken Pre 2. So it's that kind of level that we're aiming for with level 2 of the Fluency course. So if you would like to learn more, please visit our website. There's a lot more resources on there, or continue watching these videos, or come and join the Facebook group, and that's a good place to ask questions and get advice from other teachers.